Say you have a couple of friends coming over to see a movie and you're trying to write a program that will pick a movie that everyone will like. You only like action movies, but one of your friend only watches movies that have romance in it, and the other friend only watches movies that have either comedy or horror, and your fourth friend is fine with any movie. Given these four Boolean variables that store whether a movie includes action, romance, horror, or comedy, what if statement can we write to choose a movie that everyone can enjoy? We have to focus on writing a test condition that involves all of these three preferences. Our first preference is action, second is romance, and third is either comedy or horror. We can combine all of our preference in one test condition by using logical operators. By separating all three of our preference with AND operator, that means that all of them must be true in order for the whole test condition to be true. For our third preference, our friend wanted either comedy or horror. So as long as one of these is true, the whole combination will also be true. But imagine adding one more friend to this list of complicated preferences. These logical tests can get really long with lots of parentheses, so they can be hard to understand. Sometimes programmers choose to use nested if statement instead. Nested if statements are just an if statement within another if statement. They let you combine multiple test conditions similar to how an AND operator does. So our long if statement can be written instead as an if within another if. Our outer if has its curly braces surrounding inner if, and our nested if only contains this block of code inside its curly braces. Our outer if checks if a movie includes action and romance, and our inner if checks our third preference whether there's comedy or horror. The nested if has given us the ability to break up a long test condition. It also lets us to add code that executes inside each if statement separately. With these values, we'll then look at our decision making code line by line. We know action and romance are both true, so when they are combined with an AND operator, this whole expression will also be true. Now we'll enter the code in our outer if statement and print out movie has action and romance. The next line we get to is our nested if statement, which checks if comedy or horror is true. And since both of these are false, the expression will also be false, so we'll skip over the code in our inner if, and all we'll print out movie has action and romance. Now let's change our comedy variable so that it's true. This time we'll still enter our first outer if and print out movie has action and romance. Then our inner if condition is being checked, and this time comedy is true. So we'll enter our inner if and also print out has comedy or horror. Our print output will be that one line of text. They are coming on the same line as I have not used println in my first print statement. So whether you are checking a complicated test condition or just want to separate code, nested ifs can be really useful.